Well, he's one of the greatest players of all time. He got more hits than anyone in baseball history. And his timing on the field as a player was impeccable. He was always in the right place at the right time. And yet, in retirement, his timing was as bad as it was great on the field when he was a player. He just could not help but do and say the wrong things enough times that got him into trouble and has kept him out of the Hall of Fame. It is a very unfortunate story that this is where we are with Pete Rose. I know I've enjoyed speaking to him. I've enjoyed being around him, growing up and watching him play. It was breathtaking to watch him play, but he made a lot of mistakes along the way. He finally owned up to them, and it's a very complicated legacy for Pete Rose.
Tim, the very first thing you said was one of the greatest players of all time. For anyone who didn't get to watch him play the game of baseball like you did, what should they know about him?
Well, they should know that nobody played harder than he did, and that nobody got more hits than he did, and nobody wanted to win more than he did. I saw him at a card show once, and I was writing a story about him, and he volunteered to me that he played in more winning games than Joe DiMaggio played in games in his career. He actually looked that up on his own just to make sure no one lost sight of the fact of what a great winner he was, and he was. The way he belly flop slide into third base, the way he ran catchers over, the way he played the game was unmistakable. And I'll never forget the first story that I ever wrote as a baseball writer was on Pete Rose. And it was a game in Philadelphia, and it was like a 3-hour rain delay. And they resumed the game at 1:15 in the morning. And Pete Rose was like 40 years old. He singled, stole second, stole third, and then scored on a fly ball to win the game. He was the oldest guy on the field. And that's the way he presented himself. He was the only one that wanted to be there, and he played it harder than everyone else. So that's how we always have to remember Pete Rose for all the mistakes he made. Very few people played the game better, and no one played the game harder than he did.